NESN football analyst Michael Lombardi joins us now. Take us inside the front office after news comes down that Antonio Brown has been hit with a federal civil lawsuit in federal court. What conversation is taking place?
Well, typically that's a conversation between his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, the team, basically wanted to know exactly what's going on, and then that's handled by the league office. Typically, those situations are going to go right into the league office where the club's not going to be involved. The league office is going to take jurisdiction over the, for lack of a better term, the investigation, and I think that's what's going on. I'm sure there were conversations between Antonio Brown, Coach Belichick, and the entire Patriot front office. Once that got cleared the air, once everyone was told what was going on, then I think it gets turned over to the league office for their investigation.
Were you surprised that he was out on the practice field today?
No, because I think in due process, everybody's entitled to find out exactly what side of the argument it is. I think it's a charge. It was a civil suit. It wasn't filed in criminal court. So there needs to be some form of investigation before you take away a guy's opportunity to earn a living. And I think that's ultimately what the decision has come down. You know, there is a collective bargaining agreement, a part of the NFLPA, and the NFLPA protects the players as well as anybody. And so this is a civil charge, and it has to be investigated before any decision can really be rendered.
You mentioned the league investigating this case. One of the options is that the league can put him on the exempt list. Now, at this point, it's a civil lawsuit. It's not a criminal investigation. Does that make a difference?
Well, you know, the commissioner has always maintained that if you gave the league a black eye, he would have every right to suspend you. Now, obviously, that didn't transpire with the Tyreek Hill right around the draft situation of the Kansas City Chiefs. He did not suspend Tyreek Hill. The team did. And so until they had further investigated. But that was a criminal charge in child's court, so it's a little bit different. It's hard to predict what the NFL will do, certainly, especially when it comes to these type of rulings. They're very sensitive, which they should be, in terms of domestic violence, in terms of all the things that go into this. And I just believe you need to have due process before a decision can really be made one way or the other.
This is a huge distraction, obviously, but the Patriots obviously have done very well over the years dealing with distractions. With that said, how does Bill Belichick, how does the team keep the players focused? Because you have a number of different guys in that locker room who are going to have a different opinion about Antonio Brown in the case.
Well, remember now, when you walk into the Patriots building, it says speak for yourself, right? So every other player on the team really has nothing to say about this because it's really not about them. It's about Antonio Brown, the Patriots, and the league office. So, you know, I can reflect back to my time at the Patriots when Deflategate was the big story, when everybody was talking about that. We got to get ready for a Super Bowl, and the team did. I think that locker room is well-versed in handling distractions. I think they focus on the here and now. I believe they'll focus on their opponent in Miami. And I would say this, that Belichick prepares for Miami, even though they got killed last week by the Baltimore Ravens. He'll prepare as much for them as he would prepare for Super Bowls when they played Atlanta, Philadelphia, or last year against the Rams.
Does Antonio Brown play for the Patriots?
You know, I would think he does. I think that there's a strong possibility that he will, depending on the case. It depends on the civil case. I mean, you can listen to both sides of it, of the story. I don't have all the information, so it's hard for me to say. But I would believe that Drew Rosenhaus, his attorney, knew all about this before, and I would think he would think that he could definitely play.